great on balance beam, and that is what they are.
And born to do very difficult skills like this. This was her dismount triple twist.
And the Romanian fans here are chanting and waving the flags. That's going to boost their spirits. 9-6-8-7. These Romanians have not yet made a big mistake.
It's amazing.
Catalina Ponor, she can be so amazing, so right in line with the beam.
Well, she's the silver medalist from last year's World Championship. She also won gold this year at the Europeans. Whoops.
Small little mistake there.
Very uncharacteristic, but take a look at this acrobatic skill. It's a combination. Lots of bonus points there.
The United States is next door in the warm-up gym. They do have the opportunity to see this on a television screen, but maybe they are not seeing it. And that is where Marta Karolyi is.
This is a new format, a new way the competition is structured.
You remember the other day, Coach Octavian Bellew really never watched any of the beam routines. We had a clear view of him. In fact, he was crunching some numbers or something on his piece of paper, but he almost knew exactly the moment when each of his athletes had to dismount. And we wondered if, in fact, he was trying to tell them what to throw. And she ended up throwing a very difficult dismount. That's big time.
One thing we have seen from the Romanians, it's what you guys talk about all the time, building of the scores, each one doing better than the one before. They could be doing that again here, and they've already been doing it all night.
Coach Bellew said that this is going to be a very long competition. We have prepared, we have trained for the endurance, and we're ready. So far, they sure are.
Oh, man. You do not see, at this time in gymnastics, too many 9.762s on the balance beam. We'll see the United States response to this later. Russia next. Rotation 3 continues of 4. 3 gymnasts per country. All scores count. Ludmila Yeshova, a 9.437 a moment ago. Now Anna Pavlova. Because of their history and because they are Russian, I'm sure that the Russians believed anything was possible when they came to these Olympic Games. They survived the qualifying to get to this team final. Now they look up on the board and say, wait a minute, this is a 3-team event. It's us, it's the United States, it's Romania. We have a chance here.
That's exactly the chance that they were waiting for, is to get into these team finals. And what this team does so well is they do some incredibly risky skills like we saw right there.
Very difficult and also very routine.
In the first day of team competition, Anna actually scored a 9.637, and it was Svetlana Horkina, their leader, that didn't come through with a big score.
She'll be next.
Another great routine. She has had consistency problems in the past, but so far today she's been really on. Gets a kiss from mom. who is also one of the coaches on the floor.
Now it's Svetlana Khorkina.
And a very nice number for Anna there, 9.637. You know, we keep talking about Svetlana Khorkina and how dramatic she is, and both in her gymnastics and in her life. She calls this competition her last ball. She has never won the all-around. She has just about every other title, world titles in the all-around, but not the elusive Olympic gold.
And Tim, she's still doing some incredible gymnastics. Check out this mount. Followed up by a very, very risky acrobatic combination right here. A little bit of a balance check there.
Big finish here puts a little added pressure on the United States and sets up a fourth and crazy rotation.
It's a new dismount for Svetlana.
We've seen some pretty strict judging here in this competition, and especially on balance beam. And what they've been very strict about is the combinations, whether or not they're connected. This, however, was the highlight of her routine.
And it looks like the entire team is waiting with Svetlana to get this number. We've talked about how she and the architect of the program are trying to hold this thing together, and it's 9.437, and it doesn't look like anybody there understands, and the fans don't either.
Very fair.
So the Russians survive beam. That should keep them in third place. Meanwhile, the United States has to respond to what Romania did, and they will do that as we continue with the conclusion of rotation 3. Photographers from around the world watching what will happen here in the next few minutes on the balance beam. The United States responds to what the Romanians did, and the Russians too. This is the women's team final. Medals tonight, and we've gotten some crazy news from Andrea Joyce that Courtney Kupets has come up with some sort of a leg injury in the training gym and has been pulled out of her performance on the beam. Now, Taryn Humphrey, Carly Patterson will now be joined by Mohini Bardwaj, and the plan was never for her to do the beam in the Olympic Games. And do you think it's affecting her a little bit? She is all by herself, trying to get herself ready. Well, we'll see what she has, but right now it's all about Taryn Humphrey, and she has been nothing but a pleasant surprise for the United States.
Truly, she has been spectacular.
And if you wanted someone to start off your team with a stable, consistent routine, this is your woman. That's a very risky mount right there.
Another huge risk. This Arabian front. The United States, a strong beam working team, anchored by Carly Patterson. She was phenomenal in the first day of competition.